live from the road, inside the Clear2 Mortgage Sprinter van. This is Road to Close, the show where real estate meets real talk, hosted by mortgage pro and dealmaker, Paul Apostolakis. Every week, agents, lenders, investors, the power players who move the market, we bring them here, straight to you, unfiltered, on the road, and ready to close. You're listening to Road to Close. Buckle up.
Great state of Michigan and talk to real estate professionals all across Metro Detroit. Today we have a really special guest, great friend of the show, Mr. Mark Shaftner with Keller Williams Domain. Mr. Shaftner, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Paul. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
happy to be here.
Yeah, man. It's really nice to have you. For those of you listening, you can always go to our Facebook page at Clear2 Mortgage and see the show. If you're listening to it on the podcast apps, you can also see it live on YouTube, and also what is that other platform? Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. We're on LinkedIn as well. LinkedIn.
I've heard of it.
You have?
I have.
That's funny. It's a pretty small little organization over there. So, Mr. Shaftner, I would love it if you told the audience. I know this is your first time back on this new show. You were on my old show, but for this show, I would love to have you tell the audience a little bit about your background, what you're doing today, what you're up to.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, again, thanks for having me. It's good to have the headphones on and the microphones in front of us again, my friend.
Absolutely,
Been a minute.
Yeah.
So my name's Mark Shaftner. I am the team leader at Keller Williams Domain. New position. I actually took this position about 6 months ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I've been in real estate for about 22, 23 years in a few different capacities. I started my career as a new construction salesperson for Pulte Group, Pulte Homes at the time, now Pulte Group, large national home builder. I spent about 7 years there. I worked there from 6 years, 2003 through 2009. And, after the real estate crash in 2008, I did what everybody should do. I started a brokerage. I started a brokerage. I should say I joined a brokerage, very small independent brokerage.
Yeah.
With a buddy of mine who had started it a few years ago. It was a discount brokerage, very similar to what you see with like Redfin or what Rocket Homes does. And had a blast. We expanded into 9 different states, brokering 75 deals a month on average, grew to over 100 employees. We had 2,000 rental properties. We did have a property management department as well. Had a blast. Got a lot of experience managing agents, managing people, growing a staff. But what I found out very quickly in doing discount real estate is that when you do discount, it's very hard to do high customer service.
Yeah. Something's got to go. Something's got to give. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. When you're doing discount, you're going to give marketing service, something like that. For us, it was really service. So we were saving people $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 selling their house or helping them buy one. But emails going unanswered, the marketing being some subpar. What we found was we were really leaving more money on the table for people by trying to save them money. We were leaving them money on the table. So
that's interesting.
It really is. But I wanted to go a completely different direction. I wanted to do high service, have high customer satisfaction rates, and really wanted to get into the luxury market. So I left that company, came to Keller Williams Domain, built a team. It was called Metro Group Real Estate, and built a pretty good team. It was great. I had 2 full-time admins, anywhere from 3 agents working under me to my most. At one point we had 7 agents working for us. Also had a blast doing that as well. Decided after a few years that going the solo agent rate, just me and an admin was better for me. And
so you scaled back. You're
scaled back.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything. I think I've done that. I think a lot of people have done that. When you go big and it's kind of scaled back, it's almost easier because you only have yourself to worry about then.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
A little bit easier. But the leadership thing kept calling after all of these years, and recently got tapped on the shoulder to.
Well, that's where you belong.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's where you belong. Just so everybody knows that Mark is a great leader. You just have so much knowledge to bestow upon people.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And still have a lot to learn. That's one great thing about this industry is I feel like you're learning every single day.
100%.
You're never there. If you think you're there, you probably should learn more.
Yeah.
The more I learn, the more I realize I have a lot to learn, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But man, I'm having a blast.
You are.
I really am.
You're loving it.
It's, to have the opportunity to come into a brokerage like Keller Williams Domain, which is one of the top producing brokerages in the state of Michigan.
Yep.
To have the opportunity to come in and work with some of the most incredible agents in the state, to lead them. It's an honor. It's humbling. It makes me want to get up every day and do my absolute best. And it's been an incredible challenge. It's been very stressful, but in the best way.
Yeah.
And it's been a great 6 months.
It's interesting because a lot of agents are, now with the market the way that it is, they are going there's a lot of agents that try to go the discount route. And even consumers are kind of like, well, if I can get a cheaper transaction, why wouldn't I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's almost like counterintuitive to say pay more.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, I think it's a lot more difficult today than it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, to create value as a real estate agent. And
that is fair.
I think it's really on us as real estate agents to create and prove our value to our clients. It's not just sticking a sign in the yard, taking some pictures and putting the home on the MLS. I think you have to do a lot more for your a lot more for your clients to justify the 3% and 6% commissions that we make out there. And, when you get into this discount stuff, it's a race to the bottom. You might save somebody 1%. Or 2% if you're going down that low on your home. But I think that the right real estate agents, the best real estate agents in this market, are worth 3% all day, every day, and maybe even more than that.
Yeah. I think I'm a big proponent of real estate agents. I think having a real estate agent represent you in a transaction is paramount. You don't go, into trial without a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be at the table without representation for you on either side of the table. So with that being said, when you're charging the 3% and consumers are like, to your point, what am I getting for that 3%? Mm-hmm. If you're given enough value, you can justify the 3%.
Absolutely.
But it's the agents that can't justify that value that are putting a sign in the yard, maybe never calling them, not really doing all the things that they should be.
Well, we know that the barrier to entry to get a real estate license is quite low.
It is.
It's a class.
How many hours is it?
It's a 40-hour class.
40-hour class in Michigan.
And a C- on a 100-question test. It's not very hard to get a real estate license. The thing is it's very hard to be a very good real estate agent.
100%.
Because, what a lot of people don't realize is when you come in to be a real estate agent is that, you take this test and poof, you're an agent. But what people find out very quickly is that now you're a marketing department, you're an accounting department. You have to lead generate, and then you have to get deals, and then you have to get them to close. And there's virtually at most brokerages very little to no training.
Yeah.
And people get thrown into this. And that's why, please don't quote me on this, but I think it's something like 76% of real estate agents that get licensed are out of the business within 2 years.
100%. I think that's a true number. Yeah. I've seen it. I've been in the business for some time. I deal with a lot of agents, and there's agents that I call that just are like, I'm not doing it anymore. there. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of attrition because it is a very hard job. And I think social media, I think TV
sexifies it.
Yeah, I think that's been one of the biggest. It's been a thing that has been detrimental to our industry over the past several years.
Selling New York or selling LA,
selling, all of those shows make it look very glamorous. And
it can be.
And that's one of the great things about this industry is you can make good money in it, but you have to be a great real estate agent first. You have to understand your industry. You have to understand your market specifically. You have to understand the value of homes, and then you have to understand people. You have to understand each individual that's in front of you and what's important to them, and take take yourself out of the outcome and work for the people on the other side. And those are the people that are most successful when you're really thinking about your client and how you can serve them and how you can provide value for them on a daily basis. The other thing is in this industry, we work for sometimes 6, 12, 24 months before we earn a commission. So you have to be
100%.
You have to be willing to work and you have to be willing to act and continue to act without an outcome. And we don't get paid until there's a closing. A good example, I actually had a closing with a client of mine a couple months ago. We looked for homes for 5 years before they found the right one. And, I was there every step of the way, did not pressure them. I don't think they felt pressure the entire time. But ultimately it was worth it because it's a good friend of mine. They found the right house for them and their family when the time was right. And
it's a large transaction. Let's be honest, right? A lot of emotions go into it. Buying a house is not something that is easily returnable.
No, you're not buying a toaster,
right?
Yeah,
right.
It's a big deal. This is where your family's going to put their heads down every night, and we have to keep that inside as real estate agents.
Let me ask you this: in today's world, if you were a real estate agent looking for a brokerage, and I know that obviously you're at Keller Williams Domain, they do a great job, but in general, what would you be looking for in a brokerage, and what are some mistakes that real estate agents make when looking for a brokerage to work for?
It's a great question. This specifically, I work in Birmingham and Bloomfield, and I have to say there are some incredible brokerages in this town. And each individual is different. But I think agents go into this and they don't interview with enough brokerages. And find out really where they're going to fit best. Everybody talks about commission splits. Obviously that is something that's very important because as a real estate agent, you have to look at your business as a business, and your brokerage ultimately is a line item. So the splits that you have with the office are going to be important. Is there a cap? Is there not a cap? And that's something that I think people may lose sight of in long term. In the long term, they don't think about, if my office has an 85-15 split with no cap, and they're like, okay, well, if I sell 3 million this year, that might only cost me $25,000. But what happens 2 years down the road when you're selling 5 million and 10 million and 15 million and on down the road? If you have an uncapped office, that can be a huge expense over the lifetime of your career.
For sure.
I think agents, and this is how we are. We think month by month, quarter by quarter, year by year. But I encourage people when they're coming in and they're interviewing with me to think about what their career is going to look like, not just 1 year down the road, but 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years down the road. And building wealth in this as it's a marathon, not a sprint. And thinking about the long-term costs of your brokerage over, more than just a single year, a single season.
And it's like, it goes back to that value proposition, right? If you have a big split or bigger split, then, some places do no split where they do 100% commission, pay a flat fee, whatever. There's all different kinds of ways to skin this cat. In my opinion, if you're paying money, and I think a good brokerage takes some money so they can give good service.
Bingo.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. The lower it's just like anything. It's like a discount real estate agent. You're going to be giving something up. So if there's 100% brokerage, there's going to be something in there. You're not going to get the support. You're not going to get the marketing. You're not going to have staff, whatever it might be. If there's a lower cost, there's going to be something that you're giving up. On the other side of things, I'm not saying anything bad. There are some brokerages in our market that have no cap, but they offer an incredible amount of value.
Lots of value.
And if that's for you, more power to you. I left Keller Williams Domain and ended up coming back here because I think that the cost structure at Domain is one of the best in the area. We have a true cap. You know how much your brokerage is going to cost on a yearly basis. Once you pay into the cap, you're done and you get 100% of your commission. And I think as a business owner, to be able to look at that line item and know exactly what it's going to be year after year after year makes it easier to plan for your business to grow, and for you to be able to invest back into your business to help you sell more homes.
Why do you think Keller Williams has been so successful compared to other brokerages? I mean, you're part of the Keller Williams family. They do a great job across the country. Keller Williams wrote a book. He's a very smart individual. But at the end of the day, it's had longevity. It's got legs. It's been around. It's a standard now, and it was a newer brokerage back in the day, right? So walk me through what you think the success, the secret sauce of the success is there.
Well, I think it's pretty simple. Keller Williams is a people development company. It's and that's it. In the 5 months I've been here, I've been to our headquarters in Austin, Texas 3 times. And that's one thing that we talk about is just people development. And that's one of the things that really sets us apart from other brokerages is, my job as the team leader of the office is to coach and train and consult our agents. And my entire leadership staff is focused on that. So like you said, Gary Keller wrote the book, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, which was written, I think, in 2003. And still today, it is the models and the systems from the Millionaire Real Estate Agent that are the blueprint to build a successful and thriving business as a real estate agent. Keller Williams, one of our mottos is where entrepreneurs thrive. And that's when you join our brokerage, you get the coaching and training to build your business as a business, to start out as a real estate agent, to lead with listings, and then to lead with leverage. So, bringing in as your business grows, making your business big enough to bring other people in. One of the things in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent that we encourage people to stick to is, as a real estate agent, your first hire should always be a full-time licensed admin. And that's huge because that takes things off of the plate of the real estate agent, the minutia that wears us down and gets us out of being front to front and face to face with clients. So it's really just that we are a people development company first that also happens to sell real estate.
Awesome. Obviously, you're doing a great job at Keller Williams Domain. If anybody wants to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, anybody. Well, one of the things. So 2 things. If you're a newly licensed agent or you're thinking about getting your license, we have a coaching program that everybody can come into, where you get one-on-one coaching with a dedicated coach who is focused on getting you into production, getting you making money fast. So newly licensed agents, that's one thing that we do really well. If you're an agent who feels stuck, you're at 3 million, you can't get to 5, you're at 5 and you can't get past there, you want to get to 10. That is the agent that really thrives when they come in and work with us. So if you want to get a hold of me, the easiest way is to call me on my cell phone. That number is 248-396-1741. I'm also available via email at mark@markshaftner.com.
Perfect. I do want to get into some, the market.
Yeah.
I want to get your insights on that. What are you seeing as far as buyer appetite? Are we in a weird? I'm feeling weirdness, but that's just me. But if you're feeling weirdness, what kind of weirdness are you feeling?
Yeah. Well, I think if you ask most real estate agents right now, they would say that the market's kind of feeling a little bit weird that it might be shifting.
It's a little wonky.
Bit. Yeah. Well, for the past 3 years in a row, we've sold about between 4 million and this year, I think we're on pace to sell 4.6 million homes in the United States. So, the last year that we sold 4 million homes was actually 1979, and there were 150 million fewer people in the United States than there are now. So we still have a real inventory shortage, major inventory shortage right now. But interestingly enough, it is starting to tick up. We're seeing days on market go up as well.
Yep.
Yesterday, for example, I think locally a barometer for us is the number of homes in Birmingham and Bloomfield that are on broker tour. Yesterday, we had 18 homes on broker tour. Last year at the same time, we were averaging about 5 or 6.
What do you mean by broker tour?
So on Tuesdays in Birmingham and Bloomfield, we have what's called broker tour, where the new homes that are on the market are in open house, essentially just for the real estate agents that are here local. So a lot more open houses on broker tour is a good barometer. So inventory is starting to tick up. And I think we're seeing a little bit of buyer apprehension. Buyers are pulling back a little bit right now, although interest rates are ticking down a little bit.
Giving you some leverage there, right?
Yeah. It's a better time today to buy a home than it was a year ago.
100%.
Because there is more inventory and interest rates are lower, but still buyers, I think there's some uncertainty out there right now with the government being shut down and just everything that's going on with the world. Are we entering a recession or not? Mm-hmm. I think buyers are kind of hitting the pause button and they're saying, maybe we'll wait until the spring. We get some seasonality in Michigan, during this time of year anyway. People are getting geared up for the holidays. They're getting up, New Year's, all of that. It gets cold here in Michigan. So we have some seasonality involved. I think when you couple the uncertainty, the economic uncertainty right now, people are just kind of hitting the pause button. But for those buyers that are in the market, might be a great time to make a purchase because you might be able to get it for a little bit lower.
I was just about to say that. So in my opinion, and my humble opinion, the winter months, the slower months, you're going to have more leverage as a buyer than you would, let's say, in the spring, right? And why is that? Well, in the spring, you've got everybody out, everybody's looking for houses, you got multiple offer situations, you've got to do a lot more to get into the house. In the winter, you might not have as many people looking at that house.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a mindset that not everybody has, right? I think it was Warren Buffett that said, when others are fearful, I get greedy. When people are greedy, I get fearful, right? Yep. So the winter months, I always tell people, if you're in the market and you're a buyer, you're in the market, do not take the holidays off, because a lot of homes still get listed in November, December, and January. You might be able to get it for slightly less.
And those houses usually are priced to move, right? Because it's off market, it's off season a little bit, and they know that.
If you see a home that goes on the market on the day after Christmas, go out there and see that home, because that seller is motivated. If they're putting it up for sale, they need to sell.
Did you know that 58% of all agency purchases were first-time home buyers?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's actually good news.
Yeah, that's a stat that I was looking at. 58% are first-time home buyers, and the median age is now up from 35 to 38 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the younger crowd is getting a little pushed out.
Well, look, it's affordability.
Yeah.
It's become a lot more expensive to purchase a home when you couple the price of home. What the average price of a home in Oakland County is, and don't quote me on this, but it's around $420,000. Mm-hmm. And when you couple that with 6.5-7% interest rates, you're looking at getting into a new home. An average home is going to cost you around $3,000 per month
with taxes and insurance.
Yeah, with taxes and insurance. So it's the cost to home ownership has gone up. So that's why we've seen the age of first-time home buyers go up. But I would just tell anybody that is out there, you might be thinking about purchasing your first home. You want to get into the market. You see this as a long-term investment, a way to build wealth, which I still believe it is. Start saving. Cut things back, save for that down payment. And, instead of having that great big huge wedding, maybe pare that back a little bit and save $10,000 and put that towards a down payment on something that is going to build wealth in the long run.
Just the money that's spent on weddings just makes me sick.
I know. I had one.
I did too. I did too. I think we spent over 70,000 or 75,000.
Oh my gosh, I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the cost of everything has gone up. So I think, consumers have a new mindset that, hey, this is where we're at.
Right.
And, there's no going back. So we have to change the way we live to get the things that we want.
Yeah. We're running out of time.
Oh,
can you believe that?
Goes by fast.
So let's do, we're going to do 3 questions.
Okay. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun. 3 questions. First question, if you could wear one outfit for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Well, one outfit, gosh, for the rest of my life, all day, every day?
Every day, all day.
Just one outfit. Oh man. Well, I probably just have to go with a suit, white shirt, exactly what I'm wearing today. It's
versatile.
I often wear pretty much the same thing, a suit with a white shirt, because it's pretty versatile. I can take my coat off like I did today.
Yeah.
The only problem is lounging at night. That's
you get naked.
Oh, okay. You're right. Exactly.
Just get naked.
Get under a blanket. Yeah. So I'll go with a suit, white shirt, no tie.
No tie. Very good. If you were the president of the United States for a day, what's the first thing you would do?
I would take gas to $1. Boom. You're welcome. Vote for me. Shaftner 2028.
I mean, there you go. You know how to win the audience.
It's easy, man. I could do that job.
You could be the
gas
president.
$1.
Boom. Just like that.
You're welcome.
If you were stranded on a deserted island, what are the 3 things that you would want to have with you?
Ooh, if I was a lighter.
A lighter's important, people. I ask this question a lot. Nobody ever says lighter.
Yeah. A lighter or a pan.
A pan.
Got
to cook.
Because I got to cook. And a hatchet.
Hatchet.
Yes.
Is the way to go. Have you read the book, The Hatchet?
Oh my gosh, that's an oldie.
Yeah, have you read it?
Yeah, I have.
It's a good book.
Yeah. But see, I'd last a long time with those things.
Yeah.
I could kill my own food. I could cook it.
Yeah.
I do watch a lot of Naked and Afraid, and I think they get 3 items, and the ones that make it the longest.
Yeah.
Have those things.
They don't have clothes though.
No, I know. Actually, I think I've only watched it once.
I don't get the no clothes part. Like, why do you have to be naked?
I don't know. Thanks for good TV though.
We should do an episode here, naked and on the podcast.
Yeah. Okay. It's a work in progress.
You don't think so?
Give me a shout.
I'll give you a shout for that one.
Know.
Yeah. We'll do a group effort on that one. Listen, Mark, tell the audience how they can get a hold of you again, bro.
Mark at markshaftner.com. My website is markshaftner.com also. And you can always reach me via cell 248-396-1741.
Amazing. Thank you for doing the show, dude. You're always a professional, and good luck to everything that you're doing out there, dude.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And for the audience, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Clear for Road to Close. Tune in next week where we have another great guest, and we'll talk to you then. Peace out, people. Have a great week. That's it.